two port trust officials in Narendra Modi's home state of Gujarat have been arrested for accepting the equivalent of $426,000 in bribe. All of the money was in the new 2,000 rupee denomination notes. How is that possible?
This is what I call jugaad. And the problem is...
How did they get their hands on these new bills so fast?
Because they got before the announcement. It's well known now that at least 2 weeks before the Modi decision was announced, the rumor within the inner circle of Modi was known. So that even there's a link in India between politicians and the mafia, because the mafia is the one who paid the election, actually. So that within 2 weeks' time, either they change property. My good friend in Delhi, for instance, Mohan Guruswamy, he was selling his flat for 2 years almost. And suddenly, last week, he got a lot of demand, interest for this house. Why? Because just people wanted to convert the cash into this property.
So, let me ask Sadanand Tume about this. Did people know something was up?
I'm a little bit skeptical. Yeah, I'm a little bit skeptical of these. I mean, these kinds of rumors and conspiracy theories are very common whenever there's a large policy decision. I don't think in a country that is with as large a social media presence and media in general, that this would have been something that had leaked out. In fact, I think the problem is exactly the opposite, that they placed such a premium on secrecy. There were so few people who knew this that it has come as a sudden jolt. Now, coming back to an earlier point, I don't think he can roll it back because he's invested too much of his image and his political capital into this. What they're going to hope for is two things. The first is that this jugaad, or people are going to get by innovating, right? They're going to offer credit to customers who they know. They're going to borrow through informal networks. They're going to hope that more cash starts coming into the system, and they're going to adapt. That's one hope in the government. And the other hope is that the economic consequences of this will not be too severe. In my view, the jury is still out on the second, and that's really the big thing to look for. If the economic consequences of this are as serious as some people say, then I think that this is a turning point for the Modi government.
That's my view.
If, on the other hand, the economic consequences end up being transitory, okay, people suffered for a few weeks, but they feel that they suffered for a noble cause, then I think they'll be able to tide this over and continue. But right now, where we are, we don't have the answer to that question yet.